What is going on, guys? It is Zero here, also known as Delorak, and today I am bringing you a video special on how to obtain your very own noodle cart. Yes, since 5.4 has been added in, there have been some drastic changes, I would say, to the cooking system. And pretty much, if you don't know what the noodle cart is, it's pretty much on screen, yeah. What it is there are, I think, so far 3 levels. There's a noodle cart, deluxe noodle cart, and the Pandaren Treasure Noodle Cart. And pretty much it acts as a table or a feast where you can set it out and your raid members, party members, whatever, can quote unquote buy noodles from you. They're actually free, but yeah. There are 3 stages. Well, 3 stages, and I believe there are different buffs. I think there's 250, 275, and 300. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So the quest I'm actually showing now is how to get the final level of the noodle carts, which is the Pandaren Treasure Noodle Cart. And you actually have to spend quite a bit of time doing this. I think I only recently started it, yeah. But I spent about, I don't know, a couple of hours, and pretty much it starts from this little, I don't know what you say, quest marker giver thing about the secret ingredient of Pandaria or whatever in the Time of Sale, and pretty much that sets you on a whole long journey, which involves the first part you have to kill the Shah of Doubt in the Temple of Jade Serpent. Then after that you can kill this ghostly figure, I guess you would call it. And after that you can make the noodle cart, level 1 noodle cart, which provides a 250 buff, and after that you have to go to Stormsap Brewery, kill a bunch of the elementals and get some of their essence, I think it's called. And as well, then you can make the deluxe one. And the next set is making the deluxe one and getting 50 fatty turtle steaks off the turtles on the Time Messiah. Now you can do this with the great turtles or whatever you call them, the ones that have over 1 million health, but I choose to do it with small ones. It's a very efficient farming way. And considering it takes maybe a second or 2 to down a couple of them and you get maybe 2 to 4 of those fatty turtle snakes, it's a pretty good way at farming it. Now as you see here, once you've done that, you bring them in and you can start a scenario. So pretty much what you have to do in this scenario is feed the people whatever noodles they want. Now I don't know if it's different for everyone, and I probably ended up doing it the wrong way, but there are 3 types of people as you see. They're the merchants, the scholars, and the farmers. Now you have 3 different types of noodles you can feed them, just normal, dragon's nest, and I think the Pandaren Treasure Noodles at the end, I'm not too sure. But as you see, I'm feeding scholars the basic noodle soup. I think I'm feeding the merchants, well, you can easily distinguish who they are by their colour. The merchants have that sort of dark blue outfit going. The scholars have a white / light blue one. And then you have the hungry farmhand, who are wearing the black and red. Blah. Anyway, as you see on the hungry farmhand, he has a little berserker mouth thing, I guess you call it, and that usually means that they are wanting to eat 2 lots. So after they finish their first lot, you can feed them a second one. Now it does get quite hectic, especially when you have all tables full, and you have to feed different people different things. As you see here, a scholar just arrives, he's hungry and wants 2 servings of the normal noodle soup. And yeah, if you haven't noticed down the bottom, you have 5 different, I'd say, spells, casting things. There are the 3 different types of the noodle soup, as well as one which clears all your customers, and one which clears all of your noodles off your bench. Now, I think this is a pretty long scenario. I think it was about 6.5 minutes, and you can repeat this as a daily or weekly quest, I can't remember, but who would want to, in all honesty? Now, to make the noodle carts, it does require a lot of different ingredients, and to make the best one, which is the Pandaren Treasure Noodle Cart, you're going to want to have, I'd say, max skills in every Pandaren cooking way, so the way of the grill, way of the pot, bang, etc, etc. but it is more efficient, I think, just to make the banquets. The noodle cart is good, and it does have its upsides, like, rather than having all the raw ingredients, you can just buy the food separately, but it is quite expensive. Another good side to the carts, though, is that you can take 5 servings at a time, and that will stay there for however long. So, if you're in a raiding guild, such as myself, and I would prefer people to put this down, because rather than having to put down a table every time you wipe, which is usually caused by me, you can just pick up 5 of the noodle soups at the start, and you just got them. But it's not as good as buying class-specific food or spec-specific food. Say, like, I'm a Frost DK, and instead of having this and having the 250 buff from the noodles, I'd rather have a strength buff, 275, whatever. So that's one downside to it, but then again, it is quite good. I wouldn't recommend using this though. I would probably say use the tables or feasts. And yeah, this is actually quite a long quest chain, gets quite annoying, but, or at least on the Frostborn server, there are quite a lot of people who are going, or who are queuing for the dungeon, so it shouldn't take too long. I think it took me about 10 minutes to queue as DPS, and I get it almost instantly as tank, so it's really good. But just for the Temple of Jade Serpent, after you kill the Shard Doubt, you go to the very back corner, and there's like a little scroll with a cogwheel that you can interact with, and that allows you to summon someone behind, like the ghostly figure. And you have not a very complicated fight, but a quite annoying one. I would recommend having a healer stay behind. Like, I switched, when I queued as tank, I switched back to DPS and then got a healer to stay behind. I almost died because he can put on huge amounts of damage onto you. But he has these little spinning spoons, or I don't know what you would call them, but they can do quite a large amount of damage to you. I would recommend staying clear of that. Yeah, so this has just been a quick, simple little guide on pretty much what the noodle carts are and how to get them. Stay tuned for more in the future. Subscribe, like, all that shit. Peace out.
Tell me of your travels. Travel safe. May your days bring you joy. I hope to see you again soon.